Huh. Alfarius has left an—
Oh, this is going to be a real treat.
As if anything could surprise— Hey.
The old man, huh?
Hey! This thing is talking!
Like many other...
Alfarius never said anything about a password.
Well, now there is a password.
Wait. Is this the moment that you tell us we have to trek halfway across the continent to find a series of clues that just Because if that's the case, I'm out of here! I'm done! Done with these stupid errands! Got no time for this!
Your friend's...
Darian is not a friend. He's my brother.
Alfarius never told me anything.
Okay, he's making a fool of us. I'll get it to talk. Don't worry.
Can't you show him Alfarius' seal or a letter or something?
Wow! And who's this genius? Another of Celine's brothers? Show him a letter, duh! Can't just...
You can talk. Why wouldn't you be able to see?
You humans get
Okay, this isn't getting us anywhere.
There's no password.
Is that your final...
It is.
To be honest, I'm not sure there was a password. There probably was at some point, but...
So now there is no...
Listen, why don't you just throw around some words you think would make sense to Alpha?
Flower!
Oh.
No.
Just try any word, Darlene. Help me.
No.
Alfarius told me you were stubborn, so it makes sense.
Yes.
But then again...
Has it started talking yet?
No!
See, if I tell you where he is, and he knows it...
Listen, fellow non-human. If you tell us where we can find Celine's mentor, we will go and ask him our simple, logical fact.
Get out of here. That'll never work.
Huh, actually, sounds good.
What?
I guess sometimes... Thank you, Thea.
At your service.
Mount Baronroth. Has he found it?
He most dead.
So, you got it out of him?
Mount Baronroth.
Then off we go.
Did we get the short end of this?
Gavin?
Shouldn't we discuss it? Maybe I should assume leadership from time. I still enjoy working with you, make no mistake.
Oh, I'm so disheartened.
Well, at least he paid us enough to drown our sorrow.
You don't even...
And you look like a man who needs...
Those guys!
Alfarius's ward.
What are you doing?
Hey, before you get too worked...
Who paid you to...
Non-disclosure agreement. We can't...
Are we that foolish, Gavin? Really?
Tell us...
The worthiness of our client is of no consequence.
And this is what I get for team...
I suppose this means we'll have to...
Don't underestimate it.
And I'm supposed to be the short-tempered one.
I won't enjoy this. Nor will you.
By the will of the gods.
Nothing personal.
Where is Alfarius? Tell me...
Alfarius.
We delivered him to a priest named Vaughn.
How did he...
That jerk swindled...
Eric.
Stuff it, Gavin.
And there goes our integrity.
No time to lose.
That wasn't very honorable now.
We're mercenaries, Gavin. We do this for... Besides, If those guys are going to free Alfari,
Very crafty.
do you see now why I'm better fit for the role?
I'm not enjoying. Maybe it's your old bones, you know? Every time Zaroff punches you, there's this ugly. I hope I never get. It took me some time to realize what Celine was doing in She was trying. And why? Not to drop by and say hello, of course. We both know that she went to you because you have. You know something about. As I've said, this little rough and tough. So, I've done a bit of soul searching and asked, do you know what that is? Celine. In your. So you see, there's only one thing left for you to decide before you. Would you like me to get my answer through Celine or through you? You know I'm not lying. So, my old.
Boss, somebody's coming.
Oh, then by the gods, chop him up or throw him off the cliff. Can't you see I'm having a moment here?
It's the priestess from Jagholm. The one you called the Mad One.
Celine! On a silver platter! As if the gods heard my wish!
Let him go, Vaughn.
Why, for your head on a pike, my dear, I will!
Hey!
Or I guess I could settle for something a little less ghoulish. Like... where can I find a cure for the corrosion?
Celine, don't say another word!
I'll make the choice easy for you. Either you talk, or our friend Alfarius here loses his head. Zaroff, on my signal, chop, chop, choppity chop.
Vaughn, you will regret this.
1.
Don't say anything! Celine!
2. Okay, we're at 2 and still no answer. Oh, I must say I'm disappointed. He's your master, Celine. Like a father figure. And?
It's...
I'm the man you want. I'm a survivor of the corrosion.
No!
Huh? What? You? The vagrant? You can't be serious. You? That's the big secret? The secret cure for the corrosion?
Hey.
Oh, now that's ridiculous. I suppose I'll have to get the answer the hard way. Zaroff, I changed my mind. Kill them all, except for the Mad One. Make sure she watches while you kill her bodyguards. Let her writhe in the guilt.
With pleasure.
a prayer for your wayward soul. this before dawn.
Boss, we might need some help.
Really? Must I do every? Looks like I'll be the one making you.
By the will of the gods. So, Celine. Want me to put a cap in his head? Creeps come at a discount.
No need, Fallon.
He's a monster. He'll try to have you.
No. He won't talk because it means people finding out I defeated him. Right, Vaughn? Leave me alone with him. This isn't worth 7 years of jealousy for a knee in the dust.
What happened that day was not natural.
And now you volunteer to find a cure to the corrosion just to compete with me? In the
Don't flatter yourself. I only volunteered because
the world. But does the world need the Sanctorium in its current state? We could do better.
we are the gods chosen. The Sanctorium. Why do you care about what these people, these peasants?
No, Vaughn. Just the same way we're supposed to revere the crystals.
I don't understand.
You're a fool, but you're not stupid. If we don't do something, we'll—
I don't understand a word of what you're saying.
You don't have to hate me. I'm not your enemy.
Once again,
Don't push yourself, Alfarius. Those guys.
the cathedral.
Not now, Master. Let's find a place where you can rest. And everyone, it's time you know what's really happening.
Let's find a place for Alfarius to.
A perfectly nice way to waste both.
Improving our chances of winning.
This is the moment you realize you've made a mistake. Hell yeah! I will commend your soul to the gods.
This kind of feels like deja vu. Follow my lead and we'll get through this.
expected to have this talk much later. But given the latest developments, I think it's time you learned what you're really getting yourselves into.
Listen now, my children. As we reveal to you a secret, the Sanctorium.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll have you know, this information is of the highest importance.
Old news.
Yeah, don't take this the except for you and one or two village priests here and there. Everyone either fear, but it's not like they have any other choice. Without the Sanctorium to petition the gods, there's no at least they contribute.
Okay, now that's cleared up. Next step. The Sanctorium isn't just corrupt. It's completely lost its path.
The gods, huh? And
10 years ago, they asked me personally.
okay, now that
No pupil dilation. She is not well.
What do you mean?
When I was just a little girl, the gods came to me and...
Nice! Oh, this is
This isn't a joke, it's important!
I think what my mistress is saying is that she would have an easier time suspending her disbelief if you could.
as it should be. But I...
What? Why me, Celine? You can ask me a lot of things, but when
I'm not asking anyone to believe me without proof.
I suggest we resume this conversation later.
what cathedral?
The sacred cathedral of Ulakaris. A sacred finding it will be the crowning achievement in my
Darian, try and remember what happened in the Elon mines that day.
Okay, now my interest is piqued. What about the cathedral? And Oberos? How does he fit into all this? And about this lost connection he told you about?
All answers in due time.
But the wait is killing me.
follow my lead and we'll get through this.
I should have started my story from... Darian, do you remember the time I saved...
Again? What is there?
What happened exactly?
We were stuck in a crystal mine with all the other miners. I wanted to play the hero, and I only put everyone's lives in danger. Until Celine came. She just stormed in, throwing fireball after fireball. It was a joke for many years in the village that a young girl saved a...
How old did you say she...
12. Her magical powers were the perfect excuse for our mother to send her to a convent. The Sanctorium could never have... Everyone in the village just went on and...
Oh, I'm sure that finding a tutor to train her in the art of magic is,
That's the thing. Celine never had a
she learned magic. Wait, really?
Yes.
But that's impossible. There's no such thing as a natural magic user. And I should know I was...
It would be a lie to say I had no teacher. The voices...
The voices?
Mom and I decided to keep it a secret. She didn't want people thinking I was mad.
But...
I was 12 when it first happened. Something flashed before my eyes, and when I came around, the voices were that they were kind. They explained to me that I shouldn't be afraid. They didn't tell me what it was then, but one step at a time, they told me what to do. Learning to use magic came simple. It was amazing. And most of all, I felt I didn't even have to ask the voices who they were.
Celine.
I swear you'll understand everything.
When Oberos mentioned your lost connection, was he referring to the fact you weren't hearing the voices anymore? Maybe?
There's more to the story, but...
If yes, then that would mean that Oberos...
is linked to the gods, somehow. Yes, that's why I need answers from him.
Let's press on. Great things await us.
Let's end this, quickly! There! There!
Didn't you wonder how I knew you were in danger in the mines back? The voices warned me. And they also warned me that my life would change in the So, when Mom sent me to the convent, the voices told me it was but they didn't. Once I joined the Sanctorium, my magical abilities were noticed for my tutors. It was inconceivable that a farm girl... They kept pressuring me to tell them that someone, a rogue priest, a sorcerer, they insinuated many things. As a consequence...
And your ethereal friends.
That's when the situation became increased. As soon as I left the country...
Uh-huh.
It was a terrible... I was alone, ridiculed for my upbringing, and every day I called to them, prayed to them, and I was caught doing so. The tutors quickly chalked me up as some kind of crazy genius. The fact that I was talking to them...
Is this why?
Yes. From then on, I was a misfit. It had some advantages. The tutors stopped mistreating me. I was left alone for a long time.
Until?
Oh, until I arrived, of course. Why are you looking at me like that?
Weren't you going to continue the story?
Reminder, I'm an old man who was tortured to the brink of death moments ago. Do you really think I'm in any shape to walk and talk at the same time? Really, Darian, shouldn't I be the one going senile?
You look better already.
Oh, thanks. I work out a lot. Anyway, this mountain won't climb itself.
Just act like decoys, guys, and up.
There!
a good thing I found Celine at the time. Else her the brutal interrogation methods used by my ex-colleague.
Oh, now. You say that
That was such a long time ago, my dear.
Right.
As I was saying,
Which she's not, obviously.
luckily she happened to meet the only man in the sanctorium who actually knew that what she was going through was a natural phenomenon, which
Documented?
The Venatis.
the same Venatis who built the cathedral we are.
And the same Venatis whose automatons now.
I'm starting to see it.
Oh, the Venatis were a fascinating cast of prehistoric Astrians. It was common knowledge at the time that through the sound, through the gods' council, they learned to build extraordinary buildings, mastered the now forgotten art.
Okay, now I'm thinking you.
I'm still running some tests, but this would explain my molecular structure. If this
No offense, Thea, but I already chalked you up as crazy a long time ago.
If my single good eye wasn't supporting my entire structure right now, I would be rolling.
So this crystal cathedral, was it built using...
Yes, it's a place of great power. As I said, Celine lost her now. Following the proper ritual in the Venati Cathedral, she...
Guidance about the cure, and guidance. It was all written on the alabaster tablet, remember?
The thing we had to dig up with the Nekaru before we met you?
Yes, it was a relic I stole from the Sanctorium the day they expelled me. They couldn't read it anyway. They considered Venatis to be no...
Just like Carnelian.
Soon you'll understand how that could be a problem for me.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of information.
I'll...
No, it's not too complicated. It's just that I don't care.
I hope this new layer of complexity won't deter you from doing your part in the bargain, Fallon.
Don't worry, Priestess. The moment you waggled that key in front of my nose, I knew you were bad news. But I find it hard to resist high-risk, high-reward activities.
You know what else is too high? These mountains. So let's get climbing.
I won't back down!
Darkness before dawn.
the Force this way.
Proceeding. Attacking.
Darkness before dawn.
The other day, Cora told me you were
Nothing as dramatic as that. My aim is to reform the Sanctorium. Me and Alfarius have already garnered support from several people in the Sanctorium's ranks. Once we have the support of...
The support of the... Wait. Is that why you're making those speeches?
Yes. And...
Aha!
The people need to know that someone is fighting for their salvation. That there is someone they can trust at the Sanctorium. A few villages saved.
Celine will find a cure to the corrosion and become a heroic figure to the...
This...
Once her status is recognized by the relevant authorities, she will reach the highest rank and will use it to set things right.
Why go to all this trouble to reform the Sanctorium? Why now? Can't it wait until the...
It can't wait much longer.
Because... Okay, I should...
Then I'll take the bait myself. Why and how?
Crystals are the homes of the gods. They sustain their existence to support the... But that is not all. The war against the Archelites itself has caused a major wound into Harrian's magic.
How can you possibly know that magic is vanished?
They didn't tell me. I can feel it. I suspect many other magic users can feel it.
And you just keep piling on in...
This is why I must talk to the gods, restore the connection I lost. It's been years since their last message, and there are too many unknowns.
I'm not sure...
Magic, like everything else on this earth, is a finite resource. Just like the ebb of the tide, the rhythm of the moons, the sun.
Theories and law...
Remember the Roslin Comet?
That old legend? It was more than a... I mean...
They can't, and they won't. Gods are... They wouldn't have sent me if there was any...
That's,
Could a mother deny a crying babyhood? It's the same relationship between the gods and the...
You have quite a way with words up. At least the story seems consistent. Even the...
Okay, now Oberos is going... What am I supposed to make...
We could just accept it as fact.
Is that all of it? Good grief. How the hell am I... The whole time you were playing a high-stakes game, right? And all along, I'm just... the sucker...
It doesn't change anything, Darian. And we are still It just so happens that the fate of the world...
This is...
Yes! This is... It's got all the ingredients. A desperate bid to save the world and take over the Sanctorium too. And here I thought we were just looking for a boring old cure. Oh, now that's...
Do you realize how much this whole plan hangs on you?
I do. And I stand by what I've told. We will find the silver-haired...
And you guys?
I still don't care, by the way. I'm already wanted by most of the authorities in Harrian. Even if this Vaughn or any other fanatic from the Sanctorium tries to stop you from attaining your goal, it simply means more fighting.
And I have no choice.
Okay, I'm glad we're finally done. Now, can we at least push on to the final...
Thea, do you... what you said you do...
The sum up, you mean? Yes. I will be able to summarize in words that even a 5-year-old can understand.
Make it for a 5-year-old who thinks his sister's crazy.
I'm glad somebody's enjoying all this.
Celine, I will prepare the symbiosis. You and your ragtag bunch of misfits should use this precious time to
A question first.
Do you mean that Oberos fellow?
I've never met such a powerful being in my life. He was even stronger than me when he assumed mine.
Now, Celine, if all that you say is true, if this really is a doppelgangers are by essence duplicitous creatures. But in the old legends, they were sent by the gods to visit a chosen one and bequeath them with power.
He told me he came down here because I felt...
What can I say? If this is true. But then again, we're here to get our answers from the gods themselves. Let's not despair, just... So, scram along with the other kids while I prepare everything.
What now? A little comic strip?
In Harian, a divine envoy, a herald to... The chosen will recognize their other half, shaped as their perfect...
What's this story about?
We're the same face.
Oh, it seems like your Vanitas friends here are pretty much corroborating.
Syl told me Oberos was dead set. Can we conclude that Damn, this is getting bigger by the minute. And
The prophecy doesn't end there. It starts diverging. Upon failure, Harian will bleed out its one too many. Upon acceptance, the chosen one and the herald. Upon rejection, the herald will decay into a demon.
That seems completely random.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
So, Oberos being the god's grunt is pretty much confirmed. You guys don't look too fresh about it.
And you seem like you don't even...
Meh, I don't believe in God.
Where's magic coming from?
Dunno, can't use it anyway. And wouldn't care less if I...
We're talking about the fate of Harry.
Look at you guys, shaking in your boots because some guy freewheeled his chisel on a stone mural of...
There are too many coincidences to simply dismiss it.
Hey, I'm just saying. In any case, God's herald or whatever, it will make a fun click-click.
Sometimes even I can't understand what you're saying.
Fallon Hildegard, sky pirate extraordinaire, dilettante, philanthropist, and god slayer. How grand does that sound?
And this...
It's, what?
I don't know. My heart is...
Where did...
I don't know why, but...
You feel it too?
Sadness, as if...
Yes, that's...
Can you...
I can't read it. It's...
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I concur. If anything, this engraving has a...
Take a snapshot, Thea. We'll probably fetch a good price for this.
Fallon!
Oh, can't even joke around.
Maybe it's some kind of ancient magic.
We should... I think we should go.
I agree.
This fairy tale has a somewhat bad ending.
No need to
It's with fire.
Just like he promised you back in the scrapyard, huh?
Can you translate?
The Vanatis have built this tower, and upon betrayal, the Herald will seize the God Machine and command.
Definitely not.
Only a select few will survive this ordeal. A millennium of dreams will...
So, the Vanitas have prepared a tower so that Oberos could destroy...
Oberos conducted human sacrifices to power his machine. It's just the same everywhere.
What do you mean?
That we have to stop this.
We agree on that.
A question here. As I understand it, the Vanitas built this tower to prevent the worst from happening. What if by mistake we allow the world to end?
What could be worse than the extinction of all life on...
Of all life, except the lucky few, chosen by, maybe it's the corrosion.
Destroying everyone on Harrion to preserve.
I agree. We are not going to let everyone die.
And if this all-consuming blight is the corrosion?
No objection there.
What's this?
Answers.
Or more.
Can you make sense of any?
To some extent, I can read the writing itself. But inevitably...
So, what do we have?
Prophecies. Veneti writings often follow diverging lines, paths. Rather than describe...
Why call them prophecies then? Those are more like speculations, right?
There is always a component of certainty in their foretelling. No matter how the story diverges, a foundational event that triggers waves of possibility, but the rest is cryptic.
This thing.
It's the Raslin Comet, the gigantic meteor that threatened to destroy Junor a millennium and a half ago.
It could be just some...
No, the meteor is still there, all right. In all its glorious stillness. I've seen it with my own two sober eyes. They even put a little mausoleum there, so that...
Every civilization around the world reported sightings of the comet. Then the gods went dormant for several centuries. People didn't use... It seems that the Venatis predicted the arrival of the meteor. It's not the only documented occurrence of godly intervention. Throughout the ages, there have been countless floods, eruptions, and earthquakes that were miraculously prevented.
But not this time.
What do you know? Maybe I'm the miracle they said.
Joking about this already? Let's see what else there is.
The symbiosis is ready. You probably have a lot of questions, but you will...
Okay,
Don't forget Celine.
I'll be okay.
What's going...
Symbiosis.
This...
The Nalumbo Nucifera that Alfarius has grown here is naturally attuned to the... When I commune with it, I will enter a trance state in which our life force...
Now, it's been a long time since I practiced magic, but I remember that delving into the deepest magical...
It is dangerous.
and incredibly painful.
painful?
There's a limit to the amount of magic a body can live. I've trained myself to endure it, so... I'll get to...
We will leave now, Celine.
Wait, shouldn't we just stay around in case she...
No, she doesn't. Even the tiniest disturbance could have disastrous consequences.
Privacy, huh? Let's go, guys. The sooner we're done with this magical nonsense, the better. I'm getting...
Look at you two guys' faces. Are you worried about me?
Of course I'm worried. You're going to places where...
Where no one can help me.
Come, Darian. All we can do is try.
Easy for you to say. She's not...
Yeah, of course it's easy for me to say. It's not like I'm a human being or anything.
It's...
Come on, worry wart. Don't make me lie now, Celine.
Oh, I know how uncomfortable. Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Another one of those golems.
Oberos is trying to disrupt the ritual!
The hell with this ritual! We have a situation here! I say we grab Celine and bring her here!
No! Don't even think about it. A breach of concentration could be fatal. We must stand our ground until she finishes the ritual.
Then it's up to us.
Warming up.
Gun loaded.
Let's go!
May I sit this one out? Just this once?
I feel
Body cannot
nothing.
withstand more punishment.
Let's end this, quickly!
A strange twist of fate that we should be enemies, cherished child. For we wish for nothing but the same outcome. The survival of the gods.
I know what you are.
But by abandoning yourself to this vile ritual devised by your heathen master, you have become an accomplice in the same crime that you detest.
Lies!
Just look at yourself. Don't you wonder where this incredible power is coming from? Magic is the soul of the gods themselves. Without any regard for the divine, you filled yourself to the brim.
Lies! I didn't take it! They gave me this power.
You pillaged their life force. And for what? To raise arms against me? Their last servant? You are the perfect avatar for the Sanctorium. In your rebellion, you have become their most potent pawn.
Lies upon lies!
You'll soon discover how right I am. But don't worry. You still have a chance to redeem yourself for your crimes and vanity. Stand by my side. And bring me the dead body of your dear brother.
No! I will never betray my family, nor will I betray the gods!
If you seek the reason that the gods changed their mind and have sent me to accomplish their mission instead, look no further. Your blind refusal to sacrifice anything or commit to anything, while you constantly compromise your integrity.
What do you know about my sacrifices? How would you know what I have endured? You know nothing, and you will return to nothing! I swear it! Oberos!
You flatter yourself again, thinking you're a threat to me, child. I can read you like an open book, and your weakness is now in my hands. You have no power over the fate of Harrion.
I'll destroy him! I will destroy him! And the Sanctorium while I'm at it!
Are you all...
Don't touch me!
Yes, don't touch her. She's still in a state of shock. Leave her a few moments and she'll...
Celine? Celine! What was that?
The aspect of Krator, a name given to severe cases of magical delirium. Celine, as a result, she jeopardized her sanity as well as her ability.
Don't worry, Master. I was in control the whole time. It just took some...
Are you...
I am. Sorry for worrying you guys.
So? Did you hear your...
Yes, I think so. A faint whisper.
And what did they...
They told me I was on the right path.
Did they tell you anything else? About...
No.
So much for getting answers.
Well, this little hike didn't bring us anything we wanted. But seeing the kind of power you can harness now...
I must not waste it. It was bequeathed to me so that I can face Oberos.
And I was hoping you'd have enough to make the rest of our quest a breeze. My life is full of...
He said that your weakness is
God's herald or not, if he did what I think he did.
Yeah.
There are people in this tower! Civilians! Children who need our help! The help of the consort! Each and every one of us have vowed to protect the innocent. Whatever foulness is taking place here, it ends now!
I'd start running if I were you.
strength.
Threat level negligible.
Darkness before dawn.
This is not necessary.
before dawn. Just act like decoys, guys, and up. Darkness before dawn.